It's that time, everybody. Here we are. We're going to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. And by golly, this is very difficult to save it for the podcast, but we did here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Snikt.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show, Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, the most murkiest, Merc, like a Merc-ist, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land. Watch that Merc stuff, bub.
Right. I was going to get a little beep thing for us for today, but I forgot so we could go beep, beep, that crazy beep.
Yeah, there's a lot of language in this, isn't there?
Right.
Well, he is the Merc with the mouth, and there's a reason why he's the Merc with the mouth.
I tell you what, though, if we beeped and then cut the movie with every beep that's in there, I think the movie would be only 10 minutes.
Holy crap. If anyone here is subscribed to, what is it, AngelVid, I think that's the one.
Oh, yeah, VidAngel.
Or VidAngel. Yeah, let me know if there's anything in that.
Right, or if it's even an option of their movies, their edited movies.
AngelVid will be like, sorry, I can't do this film.
You're right. For those that don't know, AngelVid is a how you say a service to cut out language and or violence or sex scenes or something. If you want to enjoy a show without having all those with the language or with sex scenes or with gratuitous violence, it cuts them, it trims them for you. And
yeah, I don't think there's anything left of this film. I mean, there's no sex in this film, but the language and violence is like completely throughout the movie.
Probably the only scenes you get would be dog pool running.
Well, and you get some TVA scenes. That would be about it,
Yeah,
because there were TVA scenes, but yeah, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what it would be like.
Well, everybody, we have tried really hard to save it for the podcast, and so here we are, and we Mike and I have not talked before anything about well, that's not true. We talked about our concessions fun stuff that we got. I got a nice
we didn't have any at ours. Megan, did they have any?
No, I didn't see any.
Yeah,
I didn't see any.
This is a special popcorn thing. Yeah, you could either get a Deadpool topper or a Wolverine topper.
Oh wow!
And so they gave us a choice because it was opening night, and so Kelly, my wife, was like, "Oh no, Deadpool." Mm-hmm. Of course, then there's this one scene in the movie that I'm going to get to that I heard my wife go, "Oh."
I know what that scene is. You don't even have to tell me.
And then here's my popcorn. It's actually a popcorn tin.
Cool. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
yeah, we didn't get anything cool like that. I mean, Megan got something cool that she'll show off in Geekdar, but yeah, nothing like that. I don't even think they had a special cup. I don't think they had any, which shocks me because as big as this movie was.
What theater did you go to? I was at a Regal Cinema.
We're at Marcus.
Okay.
We have Marcus here.
That's a local theater, isn't it?
Yeah. It used to be
Warenberg.
Sorry, everybody. So of course, Mike and I, grew up together and we'd go to the movies together, and it was Warenberg Theaters, and they always show a pre-roll of welcome to Warenberg Theaters, and they had this music and all that, and then it would always end with yeah, and we Warenberg. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Anyway.
Well, we still do that, only now most of the time I go Marcusburg.
Because it's Marcus Theater. That's
because
funny.
it's Marcus Theater. Now we get the president of Marcus Theaters. He makes an appearance in all those things, and it's like
His name is Greg.
Yeah, his name is Greg, and he's annoying. I wish Greg would go away, but
yeah, that's funny. So
he thinks he's funny, and it's like, dude, you are not that funny. Someone needs to tell you you're not that funny, but they're probably afraid they'll get fired if they do. I don't work for you, so dude, you're not that funny. Stop.
Excuse me.
Everybody better.
Well, I'm ready to hit the thing, hit it ground running, because this is going to be an interesting show.
Oh yeah. All right, so let's. I have no geeky news. I know I haven't had geeky news for a while, but let's move on to the Geek Dar.
Control with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
Okay, you ready?
My dog's trying to chew on my winter gloves now.
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
So we kind of have an announcement for Geek Dar.
Yes,
Steven?
You. I thought you were going to say it. I'll say it. You want me to say it?
You can say it.
We are actually going to do our first book club, and we are going to. It's so funny. We got the same copies and everything. It was great. So we are actually going to read Dante's Inferno. Now, Inferno is the first of the Divine Comedy, which is a series of 3 books. They're all 3. It's kind of this is a nice copy from Barnes and Noble. That's
Yeah,
where
it
I got
is.
them from.
Very nice.
They are not sponsoring us, but I wish they did. Oh, I haven't stared at the back of it yet. That's a Dore woodcut in the back, gold plated. That's nice.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's even
That's
got
nice.
a little bookmark in it, and
Yes,
ribbon
So,
mark.
It was so funny because Mike brought it up, and I had just bought a copy for myself because from a religious standpoint, there's a lot of Christians who pull their theology of hell not from the Bible, but from Dante's Inferno. It's so funny, and I thought, you know what, I really should read it. And say, I've read it. It's a 3-part. You've got Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso. And so we're just going to read Dante's Inferno because that's where a lot of people unknowingly thinks that they think, oh, hell is like the XYZ. And they're like, that's not in the Bible. You actually got that from Dante's Inferno. And so we thought it'd be kind of fun to do that. And, that's why I had gotten it. But then, Mike, you actually were thinking about reading it. Now tell me that story.
Well, I listen to a lot of the Daily Wire podcasts, and I listen to a lot of Michael Knowles. Michael Knowles is a huge Dante's fan. In fact, he says Dante's the Divine Comedy is his favorite book. So, and he's always quoting from it and everything. And I hear him so much quote from it. I'm like, dude, I think I need to read this book.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I happened to bring it up to you last week, and you're like, I just got a copy of that book. So, yeah. I guess it was kind of fate that, so.
Yeah. So we decided that if we're both going to read it, how fun would it be if we did like a book club for it? So for the month of August, we're going to be reading it. And then at the end of August, for our Ko-fi subscribers, for those who support us, we really appreciate it. We're going to do a special episode just about Dante's Inferno. Now, one of the things I'm going to be looking for is not only the references, how people think, it's, they think it's what the Bible says about hell kind of a thing, but I'm also going to be looking at horror movies. I was inspired by the 3 geeky dads to start watching horror movies, and Mike too as well. I mean, he's I watched Hellraiser with him way back when.
Oh my gosh.
And that freaked me out.
When we walked out in the parking lot and that woman was just...
Oh, no. That was Strangeland.
Oh, that was
we went to go see D. Snyder's Strangeland.
You Strangeland with me, too.
I did.
Yeah, that was when the woman was slumped over her steering wheel in the car. late at night because we got out really late.
We were already freaked out after watching the movie.
Right. And then we walk out, we see this woman. We thought for sure she was dead.
Yeah. So then we got security, and even security was scared to knock on the door, knock on the window.
It was awesome. Apparently she was just napping in her car.
She was. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So so anyway, so we're gonna for those who are Ko-fi subscribers and stuff, we're gonna do a special episode just for you. We're gonna do that, then we'll release it later. The Ko-fi subscribers get stuff first, and so and I'm pretty excited about it because I'm gonna see what kind of references there are that may of horror movies that I've seen. Is there any kind of correlation? Do some people get inspired? Do horror movies get inspired by Dante's Inferno as well? So we're going to have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be interesting. But we wanted to announce that to everybody. So the copies that we're reading, we decided to get the same copies. So we're looking at the same translator. And so we did the Barnes and Noble version. I think it was like $30.
I got mine for 25 because we have the
nice. The membership to Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, we have the membership to Barnes and Noble because we buy lots of books between the three of us.
I bet. Especially Megan. Megan, how many books do you get?
Actually, Brenda probably has
that gets the most.
Yeah, she has the record. Brenda.
Really?
Every time we go in, she buys a book. Almost every time.
Almost every time.
Back on my books.
Yeah, Megan.
What kind of book does she get? Does your mom get, Megan? What kind of does she get?
She likes to do a lot of the Christian romance, that kind of stuff.
Recently, it's been Natasha Payton.
Well, yeah, Natasha's more of the murder mystery type thing.
Nice.
She's into the murder mystery stuff too. So
right.
Those are her top two right there.
Very cool. Okay.
I always tease her and say that the Christian romance is her trashy novel junk.
Yeah, but if it's Christian, it's a little more clean, probably.
Whatever. What'd you say, Megan?
She said all different Preston. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that means.
She'll yell it from the other room here in a minute. I'm just kidding. So, hey, speaking of reading and books and writing, it's Natasha Preston. That's what she said.
Natasha.
That's the name. Okay.
Oh, Megan's got a geek jar though.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
So we didn't have fancy cups or fancy popcorn buckets, but we did have a pen set that you got free with the purchase of an alcoholic drink.
Ooh, look at that.
So yeah, they had specialty drinks for both Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't remember what the drinks were though. And if you bought one of the specialty drinks, you got the pin. You got
the pin,
right?
Nice.
Megan's kind of a pin collector.
I'm a hoarder of a couple of different things.
Well, true.
That's all right. Collectors, we like to collect stuff. That's all right.
I saw a free pen and I was like, "Oh yes,
let's do it. Let's do it."
The drink wasn't bad either.
No, and especially since you don't like pineapple.
Yeah, I don't, and it wasn't like overly pineapple.
I got the Wolverine one.
It was decent.
It was like spiky sour or something like that. I don't remember, but I think it was more or less a whiskey sour, but with pineapple instead of the sour mix.
I'm down for that.
In there.
I like whiskey sours.
Didn't read the Deadpool one, so I don't know what was in that. I just saw the pineapple and I was like, "Ooh, that sounds good."
I just saw Wolverine, so that's But I didn't get any of them. She did. Oh, and I am wearing my Geek with a Bible. This is from our
Wolverine shirt.
Yeah, Wolverine shirt, which is really super cool.
But I am really happy that I got these because I wanted the necklaces.
Oh, there's necklaces? I didn't know that.
I think
of the same thing. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the best friend thing, but I didn't get a chance to get the necklaces, so now I have pins.
Would it be best friends or best frenemies?
Well, this says friends.
Frenemies. Frenemies. That's funny.
I think it's frenemies.
So real quick, Sam says hi. Hello.
Hey, Sam.
Everywhere. He goes, he just got here. Was the movie good? We're getting ready to start the main event here in just a minute. But I got one last thing I want to touch base with Mike on. Mike,
Okay.
you are
Yes.
writing your story. How are things going with your story?
Coming along really well. I am 11 chapters in. I don't want to give anything away though, because like I said, if I say too much, it's going to give it away, and I don't want to do that. But it is a modern take on a classic horror, a modern sci-fi horror take on a classic horror novel.
Okay. It's going to be great. I've enjoyed reading. He just sent me a whole bunch of chapters, so I'm getting ready to read those. I've read the first two, really liked it. And then for those who are Ko-fi subscribers, you get all that. I've done my OCD assassin comedy action story. We've done that. We've done our Star Wars fan fiction stuff, like What If Qui-Gon lived,
right?
And we've done audiobooks of those as well. So we're using 11 Labs to create those into audiobooks. Just not something too fancy, just where it just reads the stuff, but it's pretty decent voice stuff that we've done. So I'm pretty excited about that. So Mike's working on his. Mike, when do you think you'll have all that done? What do you think?
The plan is to have it done by October. So for Halloween.
All right. For Halloween, love it. And we're going to put it in a really nice ebook format. We've just done basic PDFs before, but I think now we're going to do this in a real nice ebook framework with cover art and the whole bit, where it's going to be fun. And so those who are our Ko-fi subscribers, we're just going to make it available to you. So and then we may figure out something to get it out for everybody else.
And full disclosure for anyone who hasn't been listening before, these are AI assisted. So it's not, like we completely wrote them ourselves. We are writing these with prompts into AI and then making decisions on where to go with each chapter, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So just a full disclosure, it is AI.
Yeah, we are collaborating with AI. So we come up with the ideas. We work through certain story grid frameworks, and then we start fleshing out different characters, and then we start saying, okay, let's do this, and like, no, I don't like that. Let's do this, and so AI goes back and forth, and so we are creating it with AI, and so I have had a blast learning about writing and how to write and stuff like that ever since we started this. Who knew when we started doing Star Wars fan fiction with Starkiller or Mara Jade as, Inquisitors, and then it just kind of blossomed from there. And so we're just having a great time doing our own stories and stuff. I'm working on my own space Western, because I got frustrated with the Acolyte and said, nope, I'm going to do my own space Western. And so I'm doing my own. So I'm excited about that. And I've got all kinds of things I'm working on. So
nice.
Yep. Okay. We've gone over our first 15 minutes. Sorry, everybody. My bad. But we want to tell everybody about the book club and make sure everybody's aware of that too. So, all right. We ready?
Ready. Let's hit the main event.
It's time for the main event. Okay, everybody, here we go. All right. So, everybody, we're going to do non-spoilers first, give our opinion, kind of talk about the movie, what the movie's about a little bit without spoiling anything. And then we are definitely, you can't go into more detail without hitting spoilers. And so we want to give everybody a fair shake. If you haven't seen it, Sam, if you have not seen it, we're going to try to be really gracious, try not to spoil anything for you. And then we hit spoilerific territory. We understand if you're going to bow out and get some sleep.
Right. But we appreciate you tuning in, Sam.
Absolutely.
All right. So spoiler free. How do I do this spoiler free? Number one, you got one of my all-time favorite Marvel characters, the Wolverine. I would say my favorite Marvel characters are Spider-Man, Wolverine, the Hulk, and Venom. and I've always loved Wolverine. I used to collect the comic book, his main line years ago, back in the 90s, back in the day. Fantastic book, by the way. And apparently Deadpool made his, well, not his first appearance, but you had the first meeting of Deadpool versus Wolverine in that series. And I guess I had stopped collecting it by that time, which I'll show everybody that cover here coming soon. Because I got it ready for us. But
Nice.
but yeah, it was fantastic seeing both Deadpool and Wolverine on screen. And I mean, Hugh Jackman has always been fantastic as the Wolverine. I absolutely love him. It's hard for me to imagine, although we did get a nice little imagining of a different person playing Wolverine in this film, which was pretty incredible. But it is hard to imagine anybody else besides Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine. And of course, you know, Ryan Reynolds, he's an amazing Deadpool.
Honestly, it's become like that for a lot of the big ones.
True. Yeah. Well, we'll get into Cap too. We'll kind of talk about Chris Evans and Cap, and yeah, we'll get into that. I don't want to give a spoiler on that, but
I didn't say anything.
So yeah, I don't know. This is just it's a total blood fest.
Okay.
A complete blood fest, which I can't wait to see what Steven thinks, because I remember back in the day, and I even said this to Megan after we got done with the movie. I remember back in the day, both of us were reading Venom Carnage, or the Carnage series, and Steven was like, he bowed out. He could not finish it. He's like, there's just too much killing in it. And I'm sitting here watching this movie going, what do you think of this, Steven?
Right.
Especially the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Right.
It's just, whoa, holy Snikt-ys. So for our scale, we're going to go dog pools.
Nice. Dog pools. Come on.
Dog pools, because of course Dogpool makes an appearance along with a whole ton of other Deadpools. This was just Deadpool overload, you know. I will go a 9 out of a 10 on this movie. This is just fantastic. It is the best of the 3 Deadpools by far.
Okay.
Megan, not just because Wolverine is in it, although that's like 90% of why it's so. But yeah, it is such a good movie. It is so funny. If you're into Deadpool, you're gonna love this movie. That's hands down, excellent film.
Nice. Okay. I 100% agree with you. It is the best of the 3. I'm sitting there watching it going, yeah, this is better than the second one, and it's better than the first one. If I had to rank them, I'd say 3, 2, 1. No, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2.
Okay.
3 was the best. Number 1, then number 2 would be the order I'd put them in. And it was fabulous. You got your fan service not once but twice in 2 great big fights with Deadpool and Wolverine, and which was great. Brenda says, I'm really not a Deadpool fan, but really would give it a solid 8. Okay. And so then you got the fan service of the fights between the 2 of them, and it was great. It made sense the way they did it. Sam
Sam asked, Captain America's in this? Well, yeah, I don't want to give it away.
Not yet. New Cap movie.
Oh yeah, there was a preview for what do they call
Sam
it?
Wilson.
Is it Brave New World or
it's Brave New World? Mm-hmm.
Brave New World. Yeah. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was good. I'd say we want to go see it again. Is it worth seeing in the theater? Yes, it is worth
Oh,
seeing in
yeah.
the theater. It's worth paying for to see in the theater. Is it worth seeing a second time in the theater? Yeah, it's worth seeing a second time in a theater. So because of that, I definitely give it a solid 9 out of 10. It's not perfect, but because it's got multiverse stuff in it. But I'm just kidding. But it's actually is really good. Is really good.
Sam says he can't see other people's comments.
That's because it's different platforms.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you heard that
Yeah.
or not, Sam. It's because it's different platforms. My wife's on Facebook. And apparently Sam is commenting on YouTube. So if you are on different platforms, you may not see other people's comments. But
We can see all the comments.
yeah. That helps being the administrators, or I don't know what you call us. But anyway,
Hosts.
So Megan.
Before I get into mine, I have Angie's score
Oh,
that she wanted me to put out.
Okay.
She wanted to hop in the comments, but she's going to Soulard today. I'm not sure why.
That's okay. But go ahead. What's her score?
She said my score was 9 out of 10, only because some of the jokes were a little darker than I would have liked, but everything about this was amazing, and I want to go to the movies again and see it.
nice.
Okay, so she agreed. It's worth going to see in second time in the theater.
Nice. For those who don't
Okay.
know, Angie is another one of our moderators, and Angie and Megan do their own podcast called Geek Girls Podcast. Just to give them a little shout out. So we all agree. Stephen, what did you say? 9?
I said 9. Megan,
9.
what was your score though? You gave Angie score. What was your score?
I'm really torn. I don't know. I want to give it a 10, but at the same time I don't. So I'm going to knock it down a half point and do 9.5.
Nice.
Right on.
Had to be different, didn't you? Okay.
Yes.
So we're all 9s. That's
But absolutely, it's definitely worth it, and I do want to go watch it again in the theater.
excellent. All right. Should we jump into spoilers?
Well, real quick for those who just to give a brief synopsis of it, everybody. The biggest thing is that it's the TVA gets involved, kind of a thing, and because he's trying to, they had to find a way to bring Vanessa back because she died in the second one, and you're like, because I got confused. I'm like, wait a minute, which world are we on? What's happening here? And they did a real nice job of storytelling with it. So it wasn't just, hey, let's just pick another multiverse and have it where we have Vanessa. They actually, it really had a good story purpose, and I did like that. So it was one of those multiverse situations where it was story driven, and I was like, oh, okay, that's good. And it gave a great character arc for Deadpool. And then it was very similar. There was the concept of kind of like purpose, and it was very similar for the same for Wolverine.
I know a lot of people were concerned that it was going to kind of diminish Wolverine's ending in Logan, in Old Man Logan, or I don't know which.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh, cool. Very nice. But yeah, a lot of people were concerned with that because he had such a great ending in that film. Although I didn't like that he died, but I knew that's where that movie was.
It's a
going.
great movie, though. Logan was great.
Yes, and I don't know, the way they did this, the story around it, I thought was fantastic, and it did not diminish his ending in Logan, but it kind of reintroduces Wolverine only to the Disney era of the MCU. So I liked it. I thought it was really good. Great way to bring the Wolverine into the story and not harm that original storyline of Logan.
Correct. Yeah, they did a great job with it. So,
and fantastic cameos.
Fantastic cameos, and we'll talk about those here in just a few minutes,
one,
'cause I don't want to spoil anything.
No, 3 completely blew me away.
Correct. Oh, I do not know what you're talking about.
Well, that would be 4.
All right. Well, we better give our warning that we're heading into spoilerific territory. Sam, thank you so much for subscribing to the Geek Girls podcast. Just want to say thank you so much. And so, are we ready to roll into spoilers? All right, everybody. The warning has been given. We are heading into spoilerific territory. So, spoilers. I feel like I have to do this for like 30 seconds just to make sure everybody knows. We're going to talk spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers, listen in. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you do care about spoilers, go watch the movie, then come back and join us for a lot of fun about the spoilers.
Right.
Because they are so good. I don't want to spoil it. I mean, it's so well done.
Well, like I said, there was a couple that it just shocked me. I was like, oh, I didn't expect that whatsoever,
Yeah.
Now I love the way this thing opens, and you got Ryan Reynolds humming along to the Marvel music. It is so funny. It is so
at the very beginning.
Yeah, it is so Deadpool, so fourth wall breaking and just fantastic. It was a great way to open the film. And I love the opening credits to the film. That's something we don't see often in movies today. I like that. Well done with that.
I think all 3 of them have been that way.
Have they?
I know the first one was for sure.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure they all 3 started with like the credits and then the freezing and then him giving the exposition.
Okay. Because I don't know, it's been a while since I watched 1 and 2, so I don't remember. But I know films don't start out much like that, like they did when we were kids, Steve. And I like it. It's cool. Nice little throwback to the old days, very cool. And yeah, his fourth wall breaking in this is, I think it might be the best of the 3.
I would agree. They did it a lot more often, and it all made sense. And it was an engaging aspect to the audience. It wasn't just like, "Hey, I'm going to fourth wall break," just a fourth wall break. It was all within the storytelling done with it, which made it really good, real interactive. You felt like you were our theater was packed, so it very participatory. It was like everybody was engaged and laughing together and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's the way I like being at a movie when everybody is participating in the film. I mean, that's the fun part about going to the theater and seeing a movie, is having that group, feeling to it and everything. That's something you don't get at home. And I don't know, I think it makes it more, sometimes it makes it more enjoyable. And
well, I will say this. There's this one scene near the end that I have to talk about because it's all audience participation kind of a thing, where Wolverine is there and all of a sudden his shirt blasts off. And I tell you what, you could feel the estrogen in the room skyrocket.
Oh yeah.
You think all the women went, oh.
and all the guys are going, wow, I wished I looked like him.
That's exactly right. We all wish we looked like him. That's right.
So yeah, this kicks off with Deadpool looking for Wolverine. And he digs up Wolverine's corpse from Logan, which was a fantastic scene. Oh my gosh, so good.
Well, the whole reason he was digging him up because he said regeneration doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I mean, they gave the rationale for why he would want to try to dig him up, and then
and he's dead. He actually is
and
dead.
There's his adamantium skeleton, which I thought was well done. It was great.
And Deadpool's sitting there talking to the adamantium skeleton. It's just so funny. And then we have the TVA show up. and the TVA comes after Deadpool, and I love it because they're like, "Put your weapons down." He goes, "No, I'm not putting my weapons down, but I will promise you, I will not attack you with any of my weapons." He kept his promise because he used Wolverine's bones.
Yeah, his whole body, the bones and stuff to fight. And it was great. It was so clever and creative how they did all that.
Oh, so funny. And then it ended with him actually wearing Wolverine's claws and you know, killing some people with the claws. And it, oh gosh,
That was great too.
It was so good. It was so satisfying to see Deadpool wearing Wolverine's claws. I love it. I just, so good. So good.
Yeah, there was some funny jokes in there because, like, this is harder than it looks, you know, kind of a thing.
I'm telling you, Ryan Reynolds is the best. He really is.
He
so
is
funny.
perfect for Deadpool.
Oh yeah, I don't think you could have picked a more perfect actor.
No.
Yeah.
So should we move on to probably the first cameo and the one that shocked everyone?
Yeah.
So
here it is. I already referenced this before, but my wife had to state it. My favorite part was the ab reveal of Wolverine. Thank you, honey.
I think that was all the ladies.
She's laughing. I can hear her downstairs laughing.
Oh, so funny.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah. He said it's hard to Wolverine.
It's hard to Wolverine. Is what he
That's
said.
what he
Yes.
said.
Yeah. That is.
Oh
correct.
my gosh. Okay, so
cameos. So everybody, we're gonna go to the cameo section.
Oh,
and...
wait. So
I thought you were about to go ahead.
Yeah, I was. I'm sorry. I just first we're going through the Wolverine. So he's trying to find the appropriate Wolverine, and of course, every time he comes across a Wolverine, the Wolverine kills him. and my favorite though was when he shows up at the one bar and you see Wolverine tiny, and he goes,
Right.
"Oh, look at that comic accurate Wolverine."
Some short king.
Yeah, it was so funny because I don't. For anyone who doesn't know, Wolverine in the comics is only 5 foot. I forget. He's a short guy. He's not very tall. And there've been criticisms about Hugh Jackman in the past that he's too tall to be Wolverine.
He's 5'3".
Okay, there you go. Thank you.
He's 5'3". Wolverine was 5'3".
Right.
Mhm.
In the comic books, he's 5'3", so he's short.
What? I've never known that.
Yeah, he's super short. So compared to
that
most,
makes that
most
section
heroes.
even funnier.
Exactly. That's why Deadpool goes, "Look, it's comic accurate Wolverine."
Oh my goodness! Now it reminds me of like Gimli from Lord of the Rings. You know, the dwarf.
Oh, okay.
Guy. Sorry. Anyway, go ahead. So yeah, very powerful, maybe short but mighty, kind of a thing.
So I think that was like my favorite of the Wolverine scenes of him searching through all the different Wolverines from the different timelines. We got the patch Wolverine, which was awesome. But then we got one Wolverine that we actually had put this up as a rumor long time ago. I don't remember how long ago, but we actually had it as a rumor on our show that Henry Cavill was going to make an appearance in the Deadpool movie as Wolverine. And by golly, he did.
He sure did.
There was a Henry Cavill Wolverine, and it just blew my mind. I was like, "Oh wow, that's freaking awesome!"
Yeah.
So
is the cavalry.
Yeah, the cavalry.
The cavalry.
That's what he's credited as.
That's awesome.
That's fun. I didn't even see that in the credits. I didn't even look for it in the credits. That's hysterical. The cavalry.
Deadpool called him that.
Yes,
too.
he did. Yes, he did. He called him. He goes, "Look, it's the cavalry."
The cavalry.
so funny. I wish we could have gotten a little bit more of him. Maybe see him fight or something. But we just got
He got a little bit because he almost did that pump action like Henry Cavill did in the which Mission Impossible movie was it that he was in? And there's this bathroom fight scene where he pumps his fists, kind of a thing. And it almost looked like he did that with the claws when he went after him.
Cool. I don't know. It was so quick. I don't remember exactly what he did in the scene. I was kind of geeking out over the fact that he was in it, So Henry Cavill's first appearance in the MCU, which was fantastic. I have to say. It was
great. Do you wonder if they're gonna? Was it just a joke, or do you think they'd play with it? Maybe make Henry Cavill the.
No, I don't think Henry Cavill will be a Wolverine, but I do think Henry Cavill is going to make a move to the MCU. Yeah, there's been all kinds of rumors.
Oh, there was like Captain Britain at one time or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it'd be kind of cool if he's Captain Britain. I'd get a kick out of that because he is British, and it's almost like their version of Superman. Of course, they got a couple versions of Superman, but I don't know. That'd be kind of cool to have him as Captain Britain.
I'd go see it. I'd go see Henry Cavill in some kind of superhero film again. Absolutely.
Oh, heck yeah. I loved him as Superman.
Yeah.
He is my second favorite Superman.
He was good in the Ungentlemanly Warfare movie.
I don't know.
It's another Guy Ritchie film, and so it's the what is it called? But it's Ungentlemanly Warfare and stuff. It came out last year. It's a good movie. It's worth renting. I definitely say that we bought it because I'm just a Henry Cavill fan, and also I like most of the Guy Ritchie films, kind of a thing. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so I want to get to this is probably one of the biggest spoilers in the movie. So again, I want to warn you, if you don't want spoilers, do not listen to this. Go see the movie, come back and watch us because this is a huge spoiler. So after Deadpool gets the Wolverine that he gets in this movie, which has the yellow and blue costume, which is fantastic.
It's great.
He's actually made an appearance fully in a Wolverine costume, which Deadpool also comments on, which I loved. So we've got our Wolverine for this movie, and then they come across, and this blew my mind. Chris Evans makes an appearance.
Right. And now just to let everyone know how he got there though. So the TVA does capture Deadpool. They bring him in or no, they visit him while he's having his birthday party and they grab him. And then, they figure out really kind of what's going on or what's happening. You got kind of a rogue TVA thing going on. But they get, what's the word they do in Loki where they zap them?
Prune.
Prune. Yeah.
Right.
So he gets pruned and so does Wolverine. Or Wolverine gets pruned first, right? No. Second.
No. Second.
And then so then they're in the void.
Yeah, the wastelands or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, they're sent. They're sent.
You
to the
get a
wasteland.
great fight sequence, too.
Gosh,
that's the first one. I thought we'd just get one fight scene between the two of them, but we got two.
Oh yeah. In the car. In the Honda Odyssey.
The Honda Odyssey is so funny. Yes.
I can't believe the big deal they made out of the Honda Odyssey. That was hilarious.
Yes.
So many funny moments in this film.
So many funny moments. Yes.
But yeah, then we get Chris Evans in the void or whatever. And immediately Deadpool is geeking out. He's fanboying. He's like, "Oh my God, it's Cap!"
Yeah.
Now, mind you,
he's about to say it. He's about to say it.
He's about to say it. And then what does he say? Oh, and then he goes, says,
"Go ahead,
flame on."
Yeah, he goes Avengers, and he because Deadpool says Avengers, and then because he makes this whole thing about wanting to be an Avenger kind of a thing and stuff.
Right.
But, but then, which is great lead in, great storytelling connection to this moment. And there he is in the blue.
Applies to the Avengers.
He's got a hood on. Chris Evans has a hood on. You see blue like a blue costume underneath, and I was like, wow, they're bringing in Captain America. And then you're right, as soon as he goes, flame on, I was like, oh my gosh,
he wasn't Cap. He was Human Torch, and oh my gosh, I was like, oh crap, yeah, I forgot he was the Human Torch before he was Captain America. That is freaking hilarious. Oh, so good.
Yep.
And he flamed on. He looked great too.
I was telling Kelly, I remembered when that was a big deal. People got upset that Chris Evans was playing Captain America before Captain America, the first Avenger, came out. And because people are like, no, you can't have the same actor play two different people in a universe, kind of a thing.
When your Fantastic Four sucks. you recast.
It was a great, fun reveal at that moment when he said flame on, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's right. Chris Evans did play.
So we got the Chris Evans Human Torch, and it was incredible. I loved it. I have a hard time.
Go ahead. What? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I have a hard time seeing that's my favorite cameo, because there was one other cameo that completely blew me away that I had no idea what was happening, and I was so happy that it happened. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, we got Ray Park. Looked like Ray Park came back to be the Toad.
The Toad.
Which was great. For those that may not know, Ray Park was the guy who was in the suit for
Darth Maul.
And also that was pretty cool to see.
Fantastic martial artist too, by the way.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just the beginning. But I was going to say real quick, it's kind of funny, Megan, that I'm looking at the picture and I see Deadpool with his gun, and his gun is like perfectly formed to your microphone the way it looks.
It sure is.
Sorry.
Deadpool's got his gun pointed right at you, Megan.
Anyway, we did not practice that. That's funny. So the cameos just started coming. I mean, just from that point on, it was great.
It was like bam, bam, bam. So my next favorite, again, it's hard for me to say that whether this is it or not, but we got none other than Wesley Snipes' Blade, and I was just like, oh,
I am same here.
Like, what? This is great.
Yep.
Oh, I loved it. I'm a huge fan of the Blade series. I love the Blade series, and I think Wesley Snipes was just perfect as
he was great for it. Yes.
Oh, he's so good.
The movies were a little. The first one was good.
Oh, the first one's awesome. I love the first. We just watched the first one again when we went camping this last time.
That's funny. Yeah. You're getting a little clairvoyant. I mean, at first it was Blade, now then it was Dante's Inferno, and now.
But I had no idea that Wesley Snipes was going to make it.
I had no idea. Same here. No idea.
And I was totally shocked and blown away. I'm like, that is awesome.
That's Sony 20th Century Fox, right?
Right.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Which we get the destruction of the Sony 20th Century Fox
logo.
That was
in the void. It was great. It got pruned.
That was actually in one of the previews that they showed like a year ago. So that was cool. That was really cool. Then we got some other cameos. Elektra made an appearance.
Jennifer Garner.
Right, from the Ben Affleck Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. They brought her back. And then, like you said, I was completely blown away. We got a comic accurate Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
and he had the whole
accents,
accent,
cards, the cape, or the coat, the overcoat, and it was Channing Tatum, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And I had heard he always wanted to play Gambit, and that was the running joke I caught in the movie. It's like I was born here, and I'm like, yeah, I guess you were, because
he ain't been in the X-Men at all. So
Yep.
He was just fantastic. He was
Yeah.
so good. And he had the Cajun accent. I could barely understand a word he said. Neither could Deadpool.
Right. It's like, who's your dialect coach? You know, I was like, that's
Minions.
funny. It was
That was
funny.
great. That was a great line. Oh my gosh, so good. And then let's see. I'm trying to think of the other cameos that we saw.
Those were the shocking ones. I thought,
Do we count Paul Rudd?
no, well, it's kind of funny that you see it in the trailer too.
Yeah. So
Not Paul Rudd, but
you see the gigantic Ant-Man helmet and the gloves and everything, and then the helmet opens up and you see the skull
skeleton.
of Ant-Man, and Deadpool goes, "Huh? Paul Rudd finally aged."
Right. That was a good one.
So funny.
gosh.
So funny. Man, there are some great moments to this film.
There were some really good ones, and the fight sequences were great. It wasn't, you got your fan service, you got great fights, you got great story. I mean, they made it work with the Void and the TVA and stuff, and they brought back the one character from TVA from the Loki series. They made a joke about the Loki series too. It was just all around well done.
I
We didn't get Loki though.
No, we didn't. But
We
I
wanted
did.
Loki.
I did see in something there was a shot that it looked kind of like the tree that Loki kind of becomes part of and
I didn't know
everything.
that.
I didn't see it when I was watching it. That's something I'm gonna have
I
to
didn't
look
know
for on another view. Yes, Stan Lee. I mean, okay. So it was pointed out that Stan Lee was in the film, and I was like, really? Stan Lee was in it? It was in
At
the
the end.
yeah, it was at the very end when they did the nice little montage of the X-Men behind the scenes and such.
Mhm.
Stan Lee made an appearance in that, which was really cool. I don't know if I call that a Stan Lee cameo though. You know what I'm saying? Not an official Stan Lee cameo.
It was a video of one from an earlier one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, yeah.
So
Well,
that stuff was really nice. I really enjoyed that. The whole behind the scenes of the X-Men. That was
Yeah.
cool.
One of the interesting moments of the film, which then comes back to the post-credit scene, was where Deadpool is telling the main villain, or one of the villains. There's a couple of villains in it, but the Xavier
main
sister.
Yeah. I didn't know
And-
Xavier had a sister.
I didn't know
I
either.
didn't either. I
Or
didn't either.
shots.
Yeah.
I was totally shocked. Spoiler.
Yeah. So then Deadpool's like saying, "Oh, this guy," talking about the Human Torch, is like, "He said this and this and this about you, and he said this and this and this." And the way it's presented is you're like, "Oh my gosh, he's making all that up." And all of a sudden she just ups and kills him.
Well, wait. And then Johnny goes, I didn't say that. I don't even know what
What
half of that
happened?
means.
Yep.
Oh, it was so
And then
funny.
she rips his skin off and he just all falls down, bones and innards. Kind of
And
fall down
that's
and
the
stuff.
end of Human Torch.
So
Oh.
then there were jokes through the rest of the film about Deadpool saying all that and getting him killed and stuff like that. And so then there was the post-credit scene, which was just fabulous. So stay.
I
for
want to set the
post-credits
record straight. I'm tired of these rumors that I got him killed.
right. And then he shows the video of him saying all that stuff in the cage as they were going there and stuff like that. It was great.
And that he can quote him.
Right. Yeah, you can quote me on that.
Yeah. And he
I
did.
think
And
that
Deadpool went, okay.
I think that's Deadpool AI there. I don't believe that Johnny said all that. I think Deadpool made it up, and I think he did AI. He created AI too.
There you go. That's funny.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right on.
Going back to the cameos.
Yes.
Mhm.
All the Deadpools.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So many Deadpools.
So Mom was right. The head was Nathan Fillion.
That's awesome.
Which one?
The head, the floating
The
head,
skull.
the skull.
Oh, was Nathan Fillion. Okay. Okay.
Matthew McConaughey was the cowboy.
I thought
fool.
so. I told Kelly, I leaned over. I said, I think that's Matthew McConaughey. He's got such a distinct voice.
Okay.
I find it funny that Nice Pool is credited as Gordon Reynolds. I'm assuming they did that because there's another one like that says Screaming Mutant and it says James Reynolds. I'm assuming they put different profiles just so they could not spoil the fact that they were going to have multiple Deadpools.
Nice Pool was great, but I was glad to see him die.
Yeah.
Also, when the film started, you mentioned his girlfriend being Lady Pool.
Yeah, because I had
Lady Deadpool.
heard rumors that Lady Deadpool was going to make an appearance in this film.
It was not his movie girlfriend.
Right.
It was his wife.
Oh, okay.
It was Ryan
It's Blake
Reynolds' wife. It
Lively.
was Blake Lively.
Wow, that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, she didn't have much. She just kind of walks on the scene, and
Right.
she's the first Deadpool of the Deadpool core that comes
When
out.
they comes through the portal. Yes.
I was disappointed that I kind of really wanted to see Gwenpool. I like Gwenpool, which is Gwen Stacy as Deadpool.
Right.
Ah, okay.
She's got the pink and white suit.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a see, they may not be able to do that because there's all these weird legalities with Spider-Man.
Sony and
right.
True.
Right. So, and I think Sony has the rights to Gwen. So that may be why Gwenpool didn't make an appearance. Okay. Otherwise, yeah, you would think that would be a no-brainer to have Gwenpool in it, considering that we've had Gwen in the
Spider-Verse.
If they were to pick one of the actresses, which one do you think they would pick? Like if they did Gwenpool, which actress from all the Spider-Mans that we had Gwen Stacy, who would it be?
Well, we only had one live action.
Yeah, we've only had one live action Gwen Stacy.
But I mean, they could have done just her voice.
Yeah,
somebody else stand in.
Right, they could have had anyone stand in the suit and
No, wait a minute. I think we've had two Gwen Stacys. Maybe let's see.
In live action?
We had Gwen Stacy from the
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield, right. But then we also had
we did have a Gwen in
it's
Wire, didn't we?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Right. She was just kind of a quick cameo thing though. It wasn't
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone
amazing.
Was the one in the Amazing Spider-Man, and then in the Tobey Maguire one, it was
right. And then we had the voice
Bryce
of
Dallas Howard,
Gwen Stacy in the Spider-Verse. In the Spider-Verse.
Who was that? That was Haley Steinfeld. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have had just about anybody in the costume, and then had her voice as Gwen Stacy, which would.
I think they probably would have went Emma.
Yeah, they probably would have went Emma just because she's been
the face,
right? The face of Gwen Stacy. So, I'd been fine with that. That would have been cool. That'd have been cool. If you're gonna do that, then she doesn't wear the mask. Then she'd have to be maskless. Because then you're gonna want to show off her face. But Deadpool, with the Deadpool core, you kind of want to have the masks on. So if that's the case, then I think they go voice of Gwen Stacy. I don't know. This is an interesting conversation. I didn't know we were going to go here.
Right. That was a good one. Okay.
I only had like 3 little gripes with it. One, I wanted to see Loki. I was hoping since TVA was involved, we would get Loki in some form. Even if it was one of the variants. When they went into the void, I was hoping we would run into the variants somehow. And
that would have been awesome if we would have ran into classic Loki.
Any of them. I would have taken President Loki or even Alligator Loki. Kid Loki.
Kid Loki would have been good with Kid Deadpool.
Yeah. But and then the other one was going back to the Honda scene. You get that tiniest snippet when they hit the radio of Greatest Showman.
Yes.
And Hugh Jackman starred
Oh,
in The Greatest Showman.
I heard you gripe
I heard that.
in the theater, and I was like,
the
what is
only
she-
time you will ever see me be upset about getting a Grease song,
Okay,
because then it went into Grease.
so there was talk, and Ryan Reynolds has said this in interviews. There was discussion of actually having a very short musical scene with Deadpool and Wolverine singing.
Well, they've both been in musicals.
I know that.
Which I'm surprised they didn't. Well, I've never seen.
They just
La La
decided that
Land.
it probably wouldn't have worked well in this movie.
Agreed.
It may not have went over well after the whole Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tobey Maguire dancing.
Right.
Because that turned into such a meme, and yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, they did it with Star Trek episode recently too, and it was like, really? Why? It is like it breaks the. Yeah, I don't know why people thought musical numbers for stories that don't rely on musical numbers or don't have it. Oh, we're just throwing a musical number. Why? It kind of breaks the storytelling.
Truth be told, because I had seen, I don't know where I saw it, but I saw something that said something about The Greatest Showman being referenced in Deadpool, and I was excited because I love The Greatest Showman.
Oh, it's a great
thought-
great music.
When he was looking for the Wolverines, he was going to somehow end up in Greatest Showman. That's where I thought it was going to be. So when he went through and I didn't get any of that, I was like, well, I know it's going to be in here somewhere. Because I'm like, I know I saw that there was a reference to it. Where the heck is it? And then they started fighting in the car, and I got the snippet of the introduction.
Oh gosh, it's not even a second.
Greatest
Yeah,
Showman.
it's just it's real
You
quick.
barely hear the beginning of The Greatest Showman.
But those that know Greatest Showman know that sound, know that music.
I literally went, yes, and then it immediately switched to Grease, and I was like, no. The only time I've ever been upset about Grease, which is another musical that I love.
Well, the Honda Odyssey scene was just fantastic. I love that scene where they're fighting and killing each other in the car, and then another great scene was when the Deadpool Corps shows up, and Deadpool's like, "We've got to kill them," and Wolverine goes, "Wait a minute. You mean I get to kill 100 of you? Oh hell yeah, I'm in." Because he hates him.
And that the only one that didn't have regenerative powers was Nice
Was
Pool.
Nice Pool. Yeah. I didn't know that he didn't have regenerative powers.
Right.
So then you kind of think that all of them don't. And
Right,
then-
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of when he gets hit and everything, it's like you realize that he doesn't have the powers that Deadpool does. I kind of assumed that the rest of them didn't either, and I was like, oh okay. And then they finish them all off, and then they all just start.
Get back.
Standing back up. Yeah.
It's like, oh crap, they are just like him.
And then one of the funniest lines, because then here comes Peter in his Deadpool outfit, and they say every Deadpool has a Peter.
As a Peter.
I'm kind of surprised there wasn't a Spider-Man reference there. Because Deadpool and Spider-Man is a team up that's often put together. And his name being Peter.
Well, now there wasn't
Well, he did, yeah.
He's sitting in the Honda
Just
pretending to shoot webs like Spidey. That was great. He's just sitting there going, pew, 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 pew. And Wolverine's like, stop it. Oh, Wolverine was so good. And, it's the classic, straight man and straight man to the comedic aspect.
Yes.
Deadpool is the comedy relief, and Wolverine is the straight man of the pair, and it works really good. Yeah, I was very impressed with how well the seriousness of Wolverine, added to the silliness of Deadpool. It just works in film. It actually was very good. So
there's a question. If we were to get a Deadpool and Spider-Man live action movie,
which Spider-Man?
Which Spider-Man?
Man, I think you kind of got to go with Tom Holland.
I could see that, but I think Andrew would work the best. I think his would work the best with.
Andrew's was kind of the more smart ass.
Alec. Yeah. I like Andrew Garfield's version because he was the more talkative one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The more, banter with everyone kind of a thing. More so than Tom Holland.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, maybe the Andrew one works best. I don't as much as I love all three. I love all three. Don't get me wrong. And as much as I like Tobey Maguire, I don't think he would work as well. I don't think
he would pair.
So yeah, I think it has to either be Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland. And I think you're probably right, Steven. It's probably Andrew Garfield. So I'm up for that. And if
you did animated, I think Peter B. Parker.
Peter B. Parker?
Yeah.
Nice. That works.
All right, man. Well, he was more social than the other two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Well, whew. So question is who's going to go back to the theater to see it again?
Oh,
I would like to.
My only problem is we got Beetlejuice coming. Brenda wants to go see
September.
Brenda wants to go see Wicked. That's coming. I'm torn on whether I want to go see Alien or not. That I haven't watched an Alien movie in a long time, and that one
I haven't either.
I still want to see Inside Out too.
I don't think that's in theaters anymore.
It was still on the posters.
Oh, it was? Oh, I don't know. So yeah, there's actually several movies I want to go see.
I don't know about Twisters.
Oh, Twisters looks good. I've heard it's really good. And I'm a big fan of the original. And of course, the main song for the original is Van Halen, Human Being.
It's been so long since I've seen Twister.
Of course I need to take a look at
that broke up Van Halen too.
I need to look at all what movies are coming out to see, because Regal has this unlimited pass, so you pay like $20 a month and you can see as much as you want.
I wish we had that.
Well, we got to do Beetlejuice, so you got to go see Beetlejuice.
I'm still hoping for an
That's October. Is that October?
September.
No, September.
Oh, okay.
September. I was surprised it's not October. What were you just saying, Megan?
I still am hoping there's going to be a Alex Brightman cameo.
He's the musical.
He's the Broadway.
Yeah.
I love him.
Oh, are you talking about for Wicked?
No.
For Beetlejuice.
For Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
No, I don't care about Wicked. I refuse to watch Wicked.
Brenda's a huge fan of the Wizard of Oz, so we kind of got to go see Wicked. So,
right on.
I will not be watching that.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I refuse to watch anything with.
No one said
Ariana
you had
Grande.
to go. No one.
It's all right.
I cannot find the release date.
Anyway,
that's right.
All right.
We'll find it. All right, everybody. Well, we've got all kinds of movies that we'll probably be doing. We may be doing extra videos just because of all the movies that are coming out.
September 6th.
There you go.
For which one?
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Okay. Perfect.
Nobody says the B word.
All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time with us talking about the movie Deadpool versus Wolverine. It was great. It was fabulous. Also, Mike is holding up. Just want to let everybody see this real quick. We are Glitch Energy. I don't have I got my Karen Tears one here.
I'm drinking Smurf juice.
Smurf juice. Nice. So check out glitchenergy.com. We really like it. It actually tastes pretty good. It's a nice energy drink. You can get 10% off if you use our code 2geeks. The number 2 GEEKS. Please check that out and just help support us. And plus, it doesn't cost you anything extra. You actually get a little discount, and it's actually really good. So, also along with that, want to let everybody make sure you please check out our website at www.2geeksmike.com, 2geeksmike.com. There you'll find all things 2 Geeks. Actually, there's some new merch that Mike's put on the page. That I'm actually got 2 things in my cart ready to order. I'm very excited. It's the much more better. No, I got 3 items. Much more better Steven Skip, and then the nice button up shirt. One
cool.
that's but check that out. Also from there, if you want to support us, we've got a $1 tier, a $2 tier, and a $3 tier. Ko-fi.com/2geeks. There we do extra stuff for members who support us. Like, well, a lot of it, we've been doing our AI storytelling and stuff, but we've got more things that are coming up, as well as our book club that we announced earlier today. So if you missed that, please watch the beginning of that. If you want to reach out to us and say, hey, what's up? Go to show@2geeksmike.com. That's our email address. Mike does a great job of keeping an eye on that email list, because I use it to send him stuff. So
I answer that quicker than I answer my personal email.
I wasn't going to say it, but okay.
It's true. It's true. I ignore most of my personal emails. If it comes through 2 Geeks, I'm like, oh,
right.
Anyway. All right. So if you made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to us. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to us here on YouTube. And give the bell a tickle. That way you'll be notified of every time we go live. Speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math for the rest, because I don't like math. And also, if you are following us on Facebook, I put the call out for this yesterday, but if you're following us on Facebook, please do go and like and subscribe to us on YouTube. We're really trying to grow our YouTube channel and get a little bit more of a viewing audience over there, and make sure and share with those that may like this content, just to help us get in front of more eyeballs, and go like some individual videos. The more videos you like, it suggests that the algorithm on YouTube likes that, and it suggests to people who subscribe to other things similar to our content. So, and that's all I got.
Okay, cool beans, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Megan, thanks for being a part of the show. I'm glad you liked the movie.
It's Deadpool. Of course I want to chime in.
Yeah, Deadpool's her.
I love Deadpool.
Yeah, she loves Deadpool. I prefer Deathstroke, but hey.
I like the Merc with the mouth.
Yeah, he's I've liked him more than I used to. We'll leave it at that.
Hey, at least you admit that Ryan Reynolds is perfect for him.
He is.
Yes.
He is. Yep. Definitely. All right. With that said, over and out. Maximum effort, bud. Or I messed that up. Maximum effort, bub. Thank you for joining us today on the 2 Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the force be with you.